episode we've been talking about for years.
Yes.
Yes, dude, I'm freaking stoked because I just got my blood test back and I'm clean. A, clean, and then B, we're freaking Irish, dude. I'm like 2%.
2%. Solid 2% Irish.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much I am, but I feel like it's a little more than 2.
Yeah, it oozes.
Because, I mean, it's just coming out of my face right now.
We're actually more black than Irish. We're
That is
3%
true.
black.
That is true. Oh!
The biggest events.
Oh.
The porn.
The
I'm sorry.
biggest
Yeah.
events.
The biggest events. So, we figured with this podcast, we're going to talk everything St. Patrick's Day. We're talking leprechauns, eating straight raw potatoes, drinking Guinness, drinking proper 12, some Jameson, and telling funny stories about leprechauns. Did I already say leprechauns?
Well, you gotta say it more than once.
Because there's more than one leprechaun, and there's a lot of gold on this table.
And everything that you do on St. Patrick's Day has to be done more than one time. Or
Yes.
it's not St. Patrick's Day.
Exactly.
I mean, you take more than one shot.
That's
you
true.
take more than one trip to the bathroom.
Yeah. More than one thing of gold.
More than one punch to the eye.
Yes. Yes. So, man, okay. First thing we got to talk about, which we just talked about right before we started rolling, was a little hometown love, okay? Where I was born, Mobile, Alabama. They had a leprechaun sighting a few years ago. And Chris, do you got a picture of the logo?
Yeah, I do. The logo.
The freaking
logo.
Yeah.
The logo.
The drawing
all
of the
logos.
leprechaun. Well, maybe you could see this. I don't know. Maybe
It's not that great of a. Maybe it shows up on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it kind of looks like the Napster logo.
So that's like the sighting, like the guy's reenactment of the thing. And all I remember about that one, did you remember seeing that on the news or YouTube?
No.
I
It
honestly
sounds
never,
vaguely familiar, but I have no idea what
I
it's
never
talking
heard of it
about.
Dude.
until I looked it up just now, and I was like, "What the hell?"
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna find it on YouTube really quick. But
I mean, if it wasn't on St. Patrick's Day that they saw this thing, then it
Oh, here it
definitely
is.
wasn't
Yeah,
a real
it was
leprechaun.
Yeah.
a leprechaun.
dude, it's right here. Okay, here we go. I'm
No, we
gonna
don't
pull
know
it over
that's
here.
a
I don't
legend.
think we can actually show this, but we could actually talk about it, so you could maybe show somebody else. But here we go.
If it's on YouTube,
Yeah, but we'll get pulled if we actually show it on
if you
YouTube.
put YouTube on top of.
If you put YouTube on top of YouTube. Here we go. Leprechaun in Mobile, Alabama. And this was a real thing, dude.
No.
Crackhead for a pot of gold. Oh, whoop. Turn
What's
it
the
up.
volume?
Gotta get that
Where the
volume.
volume is.
Where that volume at?
You got it on mute, John.
Did that mute it?
John, turn it back up.
Oh, God.
John, what's happening?
The funniest part's the audio. Why aren't you working?
John, what is happening here?
Hold on, we'll pull it up on YouTube. Maybe that is.
Ain't no audio
Ain't no audio.
in Mobile.
Damn it.
But one of my favorite things about this is the way that everybody there is like freaking out about it, and like they're so on board. Like everybody's sold that they actually saw the leprechaun, and that to me is. The
I don't
best.
doubt it, man. Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, here we go.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community. Many of you bring binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures. To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. I gotta do look up in a tree. Who else seen the leprechaun? Say yeah!
So yeah, you like it?
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears.
Yeah.
This amateur sketch
Classic.
resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like. Others find
It
it
has
hard
no
to
nose.
believe
Michael
and have come up with their
Jackson?
own
And
theories
no
and
mouth.
explanations for the image.
My theory is it's casting a shadow from the other limb. Someone tell me, is it all about any love? You know I ain't got no family.
What is happening?
Could be a crackhead who got hold to the wrong stuff. And
Who
chose
got
to
hold
get
of
up
the
in the
wrong-
tree and play a leprechaun.
Could be.
That's him!
Joint of England, a joint of weed of England, a joint of weed. You have better language, better action, more
All right, I
activity.
think we've
What
lost
does
it
he
from
got
here. I
in
don't know
his
where-
mouth? Was that a tooth?
I
Or
think
was
that's the gold. That's where the gold came from.
God.
Dude, who did saw the leprechaun say yeah?
Yeah.
And everybody's freaking out.
I mean, a whole community.
yes,
saw
dude,
this
in Mobile,
leprechaun.
Alabama.
In Mobile, Alabama.
Speaking of Mobile, Alabama,
Classic.
you remember we were on tour in Mobile, and that guy, possibly a leprechaun, called our rooms. You remember that?
I remember it.
believe you were with us, man.
Because we were sleeping
Yeah.
right next to the one
Yeah,
that
you
was
were with
already
us.
like a. It was a crime scene. Remember we went?
No.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
were in the hotel
remember.
rooms. You were in one,
What's
we were in the other,
Yeah.
right? And I think maybe you were Nick
No,
in the same
no.
room.
Me and Caden were in a room. I don't know if you two were in that room, but it was the
I
night.
can't
What
remember.
was that band? That was kind of like a
Horizontal Orange?
Yeah,
Yeah, we were,
they were talking about him
Horizontal
like
Orange.
floating and stuff or whatever, you know.
It
I don't
was
know.
so
Me and
funny.
Caden were laughing our butts
But
off.
we were
the whole
out on the
night.
balcony, right? And the balcony, like, there's a balcony
So
this way, a balcony this way, right? And there was, like, this dude staring at us from
The
across
next
the
morning.
walkway.
You don't remember that?
Uh-uh.
What?
Dude.
No.
Yeah,
And
there
that was the
a
one
dude
that they
just
called us.
staring
We played
us.
at that YMCA, remember?
This fun's
I
just
remember
staying
the
at
one. I remember the YMCA.
It wasn't
alright,
fun.
It was not
No.
fun. No, that was a horrible night.
No.
But, dude, so we were, all right, we're
I
like
didn't
in the
even have fun
walkways.
playing.
Right? It was horrible. Yeah. Because your drum set kept, like, flying away from you or
I don't
something.
know
didn't it?
who thought it was a good idea to have a show on a basketball court
I mean, it
with
sounds
nothing
fun
on the
theoretically.
floor,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
nothing to set up on.
Yeah. But Mobile for you, man. That was Mobile,
Yeah,
Alabama.
yeah.
And we were, so, like, after we played that night, we're sitting out on the balcony or standing out on the balcony, and there's, like, one this way and the other going this way. And there was this dude just
The
staring
dude wasn't
at
there
us.
until the next morning.
I could have sworn it was that night.
No,
Are
because
you
we were
sure?
getting at the next morning because I was staring at him too. But they
I thought
called
that was the guy that called.
and he was all like, he said something like, "Are you ready to die?" or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was
Very
like, "Yeah,
nonchalant.
man, whatever." Hung up the phone. Then I called you and I was like, "Hey, man, just want to let you know, don't knock on the door because I'm gonna
I
fucking shoot
thought
through
you were like, are you calling? Are you prank calling me? I was like, no. What are we calling? What? Somebody like, yeah.
No.
I thought you were being prank called.
No,
but I was
man.
like, what the fuck is he talking?
Because we were already like, it was like our room, and then there was obviously a crime that happened here because I had it taped off.
Yeah.
And then y'all's room was like down here,
Mhm.
and so I was like, yeah, they're already whoever it
It's good
is, you knock on the door tonight, I'm
Yeah.
shooting you in the face.
It's like housekeeping.
Oh, I told you, Richard.
Close. Richard! That was pretty fun, man. But that was Mobile. And I remember being so stoked to go back to Mobile. I was like, yeah, I was born here. I've been back here since pretty much. And, yeah.
So
it
you're
was
like,
not a warm welcome.
I'm glad to be leaving here.
Yeah, I cannot wait to leave.
back.
We left that night, man. That's, yeah.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was not a
That was
fun
horrible.
experience in Mobile.
No.
Strike one, Mobile. We'll be
I
back.
feel like when we got there, we were supposed to have a lot longer of a time to get to the show.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
they called us and was like, "Where are you?" And we're
Yeah.
like,
What?
What do you mean where we are?
I was in the shower when they called.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I got in there, I was like, man, it feels so good to take a shower because
Yeah.
we hadn't
Uh-huh.
had a place to stay for a while, and I was like taking my time, you know. And
What are
y'all
you
were like,
doing?
hurry up! And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Gotta
Yeah,
get
that's
out.
pretty good. Gotta
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was well day.
Alabama. Whatever happened to Horizontal Orange?
You
I
know,
do
I-
remember the guitarist was a dick. If we're just being honest, he was a
I
dick.
think he
I don't remember. The only
wanted
thing I remember.
something more
Maybe
than a
wanted the
handshake.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I do remember he was kind of a butthole, though.
I remember their vocalist. He was pretty alright.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He was a good vocalist, too.
Yeah.
He was good. He had
Yeah.
good vocals. They
I
reminded
went
me
back
of, like,
and listened to some of their stuff, like
Mhm.
not about a couple months ago or something. Well, I can't remember where I found it,
Dude, nice.
but I was like, it's not bad.
You know who I've been looking for? Erebus. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
I freaking loved
Yeah.
their music, man, and I keep thinking about them randomly, like periodically. I can't find
I
them
mean,
anywhere. They're not
the dude
anything.
that did vocals was like a splitting image of Seth Rogen.
Yeah, he was.
I don't
But
know
he
if I
had-
ever met him. I think
Ah.
I just heard him through CDs or something. That you
Yeah,
guys
they're
had.
so good, dude. They're
Yeah.
so good.
They did that cover of Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the band that played in
Nuts.
Memphis that choked the old man?
That was
Or that I
awesome.
pretty
choked,
sure-
and he threw the
He threw a chair at
yeah
him,
he
man.
threw a chair. At
You
an old
choked
man.
that dude?
Yeah, because he handed me his cord, and I was like, ha!
Oh yeah, dude! I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was Erebus as well, but it's a
Yeah.
different Erebus. So
No, two different
Erebus.
Arabuses.
Yeah.
I like
Arabi.
that one. Yeah.
Arabi.
I think it was Arabi.
You
Is it-
throw a chair on an old man in a bar in Memphis, you got my vote.
That was definitely probably one of my most memorable moments ever. I
Yeah.
just remember that
Yeah.
old couple sitting there and then just like not even moving, just like they might have been dead. I don't know.
I mean,
then
it
shared
hit
the
his knee, I
legs.
think. Didn't it?
They
Like, he
could've
went
been-
right down on his knees and he just sat there. And
They could have been dead because
They could have.
I mean, Any other old couple, I think, would have left after the pelvic thrusting right to the face.
I like to think
They
that
just
those
sat
were his
there.
parents. Like he brought his
so
parents to the middle
Yeah,
show and just.
It might have
Dude, that
been,
was
man.
it.
It might have been his parents.
Mom and Dad.
There's Jeffrey doing it again.
Oh, Jeffrey.
This is how babies are made.
Every
This is how
Friday
babies-
night, this is our life.
He
Yeah.
had the body of a 30-year-old, but the mind of a 12-year-old.
Oh, God,
That's why we support him to this day.
I can't really remember like what the guy looked like. Long curly hair maybe or
Yeah, it
something.
was
Yeah.
like long
Yeah.
curly hair.
Dark hair.
Yeah.
He had some kind of facial hair too.
I can't remember what their music sounded like either.
Like,
I mean, it was like
death metal.
Cannibal Corpse or
Yeah.
6 Feet Under or something.
Nice.
It was,
Nice. So
And it was like, I don't know, didn't it kind of sound like System of a Down or something, I think. They had a little bit. It was weird.
just giving him good credit, man. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it
lie
was
to you.
weird.
It sounds like good credit.
And all of this was in like a random bar. It wasn't like it was like
Yeah.
a normal venue. This was like there were people sitting in like at tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like
Yeah.
a freaking reminds me of like a pizzeria bar or something
Yeah.
like that. You know?
Yeah.
Except a little more down in the dumps.
Yeah.
Because it was very dark
It
and
was
dreary.
definitely.
And
Yeah.
It's kind of off.
Kind of
the-
rapish.
Yeah. It
Kinda
wasn't like
rapey.
downtown Memphis. It was kind of off the beaten path there, too.
It was down
Yeah.
Memphis.
Yeah.
in the basement.
Yeah.
of
The
Memphis.
basement of Memphis.
Which
So
reminds me of another show that we did. I can't remember where it was, but it was Atomic Rocket Lounge.
I freaking
Do you remember
yeah,
that?
Yeah, yeah.
Atomic Rock. Was that tiny little...
I was like,
Was
whenever you told me
Wow.
the name of the bar, I was like, is this a gay bar?
Yeah.
Because that sounds like a gay bar name.
Hey,
I mean,
gay
if it wasn't, it
Gay
should have
boys.
been.
Yeah.
It should have been.
Atomic Rocket Lounge. That was
Atomic
like,
Rocket
where was that at? I remember we played there.
I don't remember where it was.
Didn't we botch that cover of Brand New Song there once?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
in,
we did.
Okay, yes.
We started to play it, and then we got to like the first verse, and we just completely crept over like, and we're out of here.
Yeah, fuck it.
That was like
Peace.
whenever they tried to get us to do that cover of that Fall Out Boy song,
Dance.
Dance,
Yeah.
and we played like we were just like,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah, we're like, nope. But they played the whole thing of hiring. Crush, dude. Erebus crushed
Erebus.
that. They
Yeah.
dominated. I
Well,
gotta
it's
turn my
pretty.
phone on,
I
sorry.
mean, it's easy to get behind that song.
Yeah. Their guitarist was so on point, dude. He
Yeah.
was so clean. He is such a good guitarist, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, guys,
Hand me another Guinness.
I gotta
Hand me
tell you.
another Guinness.
Hand me another Guinness. Drink
Not
a few
catch
more
it.
of this. Yeah.
It's
Yes.
perfectly.
Do you know
Dude.
where I got this?
Where?
Shadow of War pre-order. That's the hammer that
Did
made the
you?
One Ring.
Really?
I forgot what it's called, but it's legendary.
It'd be pretty awesome if you gave us that
I love
size
that
of a
game.
ring.
I would just go through and see how many orc captains I could kill before they started
Yeah.
replacing them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an awesome game, dude. That was freaking. But the second one I didn't like as much.
I didn't play the second
That's the
one.
one that. That's the one I was
Pre-order.
talking about.
Yeah.
Was it good?
I didn't like the second one as much as I liked
You
the
know
first
what?
one, though. I didn't get into it as much.
When it first came out, it was pretty terrible.
Mhm.
But I heard that they fixed it with like some patches, you know.
Did they?
I
I got back on Red Dead Redemption after they updated the online stuff.
it was EA,
Yeah.
Electronic Arts.
EA did that game?
They're kind of not that great of a company.
I know. I don't know
So,
what's
yeah.
wrong with them, dude.
So and that's what it was. There was a lot of microtransactions that was screwing up the system of the economy of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you weren't buying the stuff that they were selling,
Yeah.
you weren't doing as good in the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That was
I-
some BS.
that was some EA.
Yeah.
BS.
it's just like Anthem right now,
I guess if it's not,
Yeah.
crashing and
you
burning.
know, sports stuff, they don't really care about it.
I don't know.
Well,
man. I
Anthem
think
came out strong, didn't it? And then
it
all
did,
of a sudden,
but it just.
It came out weak.
Well, I think they had a lot of promotion going
had a
behind
lot-
it.
they
so
had a
they
lot-
they had a lot
like
of
a
promotion.
good intro as far as sales go.
But-
or
But they
as far
also
as
came up
downloads.
against Apex, and Apex is a free game, battle royale. That was pretty awesome
Yeah.
too. So
The problem with Anthem was not that it released unfinished. It was that it was in production for 6 years
yeah,
and they released it unfinished. I mean, come on.
Mm.
You can't have a game in production that
It
long.
sounds like some
Promise
Square Enix
everyone the
stuff,
world.
though, man.
and then it drops and you can't even play it because it crashes and
Yeah. You know, like Square
that's what's
Enix
gonna
with,
happen with the new Tool album.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody's
They
gonna
just
get really
released a thing
excited
saying
about
that
it.
it just
And I'll
finished. now.
download it on iTunes, and my phone will crash because I got a virus or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, that's right, your phone. Dude, I don't know. That's what Final Fantasy 15 is, an unfinished game. They had to swap over engines midway through it. They had to swap over I think they were using Unreal or something like that, or they swapped to Unreal Engine. Can't remember how that went, but they were using one beforehand, and then totally had to scrap it all after years of production, and then that's why the game seemed rushed at the end of it. Did you ever beat the game?
Yeah, I beat the game.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I know.
Come on
but
now.
It was so rushed at the end there, and even
Metal Gear Solid 5 was...
All of a sudden, you're like 30 years in the future, and
yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5 was rushed.
Here's what I don't understand: all these fantasy things or whatever. The guy went blind, but with all this magic laying around or whatever, he couldn't he's himself.
I know.
Isn't there a blind status effect in the game, and you cure it?
Yeah,
with
and you
something?
cure it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that guy couldn't even cure himself.
What has happened?
No more Phoenix Downs. I guess.
Yeah. Guys,
lost
we're all out of Phoenix Downs.
His eyes got burnt.
Man.
Too many Phoenix Downs. He overdosed.
He
Couldn't burn his eyes out.
Burned his eyes out.
He died
Yep.
too many times.
Mhm.
That's what happens.
Man,
He was
You know, they need to make a. They need to make a Final Fantasy. What do you call them? Rehabilitation center or something. A video that shows where people have used
Too many
Phoenix
potions.
Downs.
he's had way too many hyper elixirs.
There's a guy that's sitting on a couch that hasn't moved in 80 years.
Yeah.
He's 600 pounds because he had too many cures or too many potions.
Yeah.
And it made him so healthy
Yeah.
that he can't
But he
walk
produce
anymore.
Yeah.
There's no amount of Phoenix Downs that'll cure this one.
His HP has been stuck at 9,999 for the last 20 years.
And it's still
And he's
rising.
only on level
It's
1.
still rising.
Yeah. Nice. That's pretty good. Man.
Wasn't that the highest?
This is
you
one
could get?
boss battle he won't beat.
Yeah.
And it's called diabetes. He's got diabetes.
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty good.
awesome.
I would laugh. Man, so freaking just now, I guess by the time this comes out, probably not just now, but Conor
At some
McGregor
point.
just got arrested for strong arm robbery, criminal mischief, and Wait, no, that's all. But he was charged.
That is it.
And he was charged in Miami Beach.
Miami Beach.
Which is freaking awesome.
Where the cream of the crop go to commit armed robbery. Strong arm robbery.
Yeah, it says McGregor was booked into the Miami-Dade County Jail tonight, according to the jail's website, after an incident that allegedly took place earlier today outside of Fontainebleau
The Fontainebleau
Hotel. Yeah.
Fontainebleau. It's kind of like cordon bleu.
Yeah, cordon bleu. I don't know, man. I wish it would.
All the guy was trying to get was some chicken with some cheese in it.
Yeah.
Breaded on the outside.
How? I mean, we got to talk about this, man. Strong arm robbery. What was he coming for? He was Irish?
It was his phone.
St. Patrick's Day.
I guess the guy tried to.
Well, it's not
The
St.
gold.
Patrick's Day yet.
It's coming up on it.
Yeah.
He might have seen that.
This
goal.
is St. Patrick's Day for us.
Yeah. He
I
might
don't
have
think
seen
it's
that
until
goal.
Sunday, actually.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's true.
The snakes are still in Ireland
Yeah.
until Sunday.
Until Sunday.
Until St. Patty comes and
Mm-hmm.
Gets them out.
stomps them into the water.
All right, man. Hit us up with your favorite.
Let's do a toast
Leprechaun.
for
I'd have
Conor
to
McGregor.
find a leprechaun.
I'm going to have to get one of these.
We should do a toast.
Somebody give it to me.
Do you want one of these?
You want to do it?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to wield the power of the one hammer?
It's the only way.
And then Sauron appears out of nowhere and is like
Delivers
with
your
the eye.
Going? Irish toast. Are we doing the whole? Oh, we're all.
I mean, I'm just pouring them in my cup here. I don't really know what's
Pour
in my
that
cup.
stuff in your cup.
Mm-hmm.
Take it out of the bottle and put it in your cup.
Where that left at?
Where is it? Irish toast.
I have one.
Here we go.
Oh, mine almost takes a whole one.
That's what she said.
Yes.
Immediately
Yes,
on
she did.
insertion.
It's almost.
Well, mine almost takes a whole one. Mine almost takes a whole one.
It's too bad I can't do the espresso thing. But try.
I mean,
Every time I hear the word espresso, all I can think of is Young Frankenstein.
It's a good movie.
Did you know that, have you seen that
Young
recently, or has it been a long time?
It's
It's
been a
been
long
like
time.
a year,
yeah.
maybe two. But
The guy that, do you remember whenever the monster finds that blind guy that old blonde guy in his house, and he like pours the soup in his lap and lights his finger on fire and stuff.
I don't know if
Either way, the old guy, that's Gene Hackman.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
that's like one of the only comedy roles he's ever played.
Yeah.
And he like
Gene Hackman. Yeah.
He was Popeye Doyle,
Mm.
freaking the guy from Quick and the Dead.
Yeah.
But he like Frankenstein busts through the door, and the blonde guy he runs up to the door and he goes, "Wait a minute, I was gonna make espresso." That's what that reminds me of.
Dude, I love all of his old movies, man. What's the guy's name?
Mel Brooks,
Mel Brooks. There you go.
one
Mel
of
Brooks was
the
hilarious,
greatest
the originals,
Jewish directors
man.
of
Yeah.
all time. He was actually in the military. And I
Really?
remember he told a story on one of the, it was a late night, I forgot what talk show it was, like Jimmy Fallon, something like that. But he told a story where he was, I forgot what war it was. I think it was World War II, maybe.
Oh, damn.
It was one of those.
Mhm.
But he was on the, Allied side, whatever,
Mhm.
and then the German side, and they were camped not that far away from each other.
Yeah.
And they were telling jokes back and forth to each other.
To the Germans and the
Yeah.
Allies? Oh, that's cool.
And making each other laugh. Because, a lot of the Germans didn't care for the war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
just doing it because they had to.
Mhm.
Because it was the Nazi regime.
Yeah.
And so they were just passing time back and forth,
Yeah.
telling jokes between each other and, like, singing random songs.
That was what somebody was talking about Vietnam or whatever. Like on Saturdays and Sundays they go to bars out there or whatnot, and like the Charlie would be out and about, in the bars too. So they'd all be getting drunk, having a good time
Mhm.
on the weekend if they had leave, and then Monday through Friday they were like killing each other. But when it was Saturday and Sunday, they were getting drunk together, being friends. I guess I don't know. That'd be weird.
Yeah, it is. It's really weird to think about. I mean, it just goes to show you that, like, when it comes down to it, like, you lose humanity in a way because it becomes just business.
Yeah.
And that's strange to think about.
Yeah.
Because you're just doing it because it's part of your job in a way. That's crazy.
Buy this man a beer. I'll probably kill him on Monday.
Yeah.
You better drink slowly because
Let's
Monday
just hang out
comes
and
quickly.
Monday comes
Yeah.
quick.
Do you
Just
think he
another
did that?
manic
Like,
Monday.
I mean, yeah. How is that?
Until then,
You take
the
a weekend
shot's
off?
on me.
Yeah.
And I put a bullet in it. And send it down.
Yeah. It's got your name on it.
Yep.
You can
gotta
hold
drink
on
the
to
word,
that.
man.
What is this?
All right.
It's a quote.
Wait.
No, we've already taken sips.
I think he's got one too. You've got an Irish one,
We've
right?
all
I
got
mean,
it.
yeah.
The same
You
one?
can go.
I don't know if it's the same one.
If it is,
You
I'll
stop
just...
me if you've heard it.
All right. Stop me
It
mid-toast.
says, I mean,
Right,
this is
yeah.
a big long thing, but it says when we drink, we get drunk. When we get drunk, we fall asleep. When we fall asleep, we commit no sin. When we commit no sin, we go to heaven. So let's all get drunk and go to heaven.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it. Irish.
All right.
Guinness.
That one sort of plays into mine a little bit.
Does it?
Raise
Hit me
your
with it.
glass again.
Raise the glass.
You do everything on St. Patrick's Day more than once. Remember that. No. It's
It's the exact same
I thought it
quote.
was his quote. I thought that was your. No. I was like, that does it. Plays in perfectly.
This plays in perfectly. You do it twice.
Oh,
What?
May we all be in heaven a full half hour before the devil knows we're
Oh,
dead.
there it is.
Oh,
Keep it down.
No.
The fuck?
Oh, the burp from the depths.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. Okay, we're good.
I couldn't handle it. We all got. It was like the toast and then silence.
John, you alright?
Conor McGregor. Alright.
Smooth as fast.
Smooth as fast.
That's pretty rich.
Mm.
That's pretty rich stuff. I'm good. I'm good.
What was that? Hot Fuzz? You've got a beard. Yeah.
I know. Dude, alright. Hit me up with some cheesy ass leprechaun one-liners.
I didn't even get that far.
Fine. Get in front of it. And
The
whip
only
it.
one that I got already.
All right, hit me
The
up.
one
with it.
about why you don't want to. What is it? Why you should never iron a 4-leaf clover?
What is that?
It's because you don't want to press your luck.
Ah,
It's not the same.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right.
Yeah, that one was definitely better the first time.
It was pretty good the first time. I was like, I'm gonna fake laugh, and I
I did
couldn't
an
do it.
accent
I'm
and
sorry.
everything.
It was pretty good. All right.
Maybe only the hard come in the garden.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I think that was a German quote. It was like one of those funny mistranslation things. They just sell them as cards. I don't know what that was. Only the cup. Yeah. What was that? Now we have the salad was one of them.
What?
Yeah, man. I'm not even making this up. I think I took a picture of it.
Now we have the salad.
Now we have the salad.
That reminds me, there's this band from Germany called Placenta.
Yeah.
Great
Right on.
band.
Mhm.
Freaking awesome band. I don't know if they're still around. I hope they are. But I kept trying to get them to come over here and do some tours. But, they didn't have the money or whatever. But I sent them a message one time on Facebook. This was years ago. And, I was telling them how much I like their music and crap and how much they should come over here. And they were like, oh, they said their English was really bad,
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was like they typed in what they wanted to say into Google Translate and then just copied and pasted it into
And
the
it
message.
didn't translate at all.
But it was like, thanks, Chris. Have a bouquet of flowers. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, man. Here they are. Only the hard come in the garden. Now butter by the fishes. I don't understand. They were just cards. They weren't gift cards or anything. They were just like.
Now butter by the fishes.
Now butter by the fishes.
What does
And
that
then-
even mean?
Yeah, see?
like it.
Now we have the salad.
See, I went.
I would have bought it for sure, dude.
Now we have the salad.
Uh-huh. The salad.
Makes me want to learn those in like
In German?
Dutch or something.
Yeah.
Go over there and just start saying it to them. They'd be like, what?
What the
Yeah. I mean, just about anything you say in German
Ooh,
sounds
pretty
extremely, like,
angry.
dictatorish.
No. Well, this lady came to me at the cathedral in Germany, and I speak no German at all. I have no idea. So she came up to me, and she's talking real quiet, and I don't know what she said, but she went on for a minute. And it must have been pretty awesome, whatever it was. And she, stopped. And she looked at me, and I was like, oh, it's my turn to speak. And I just looked at her, and I was like, English? And she just looked at me with, she was like... And then she put her hand on my arm, and then she just walked off. She didn't say anything else.
There's death ahead.
And I was like, oh, man.
My God.
Whatever that was profound. That might have been God.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know about it. He just walked off.
Like right over your
He's
head.
just like, you're
Nope.
you're lost.
Yeah, peace out.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah, can't deal with this one.
Dadgummit. I just read this. Germany and 21 other countries now. Now if you want to go over to Germany, all you need is a passport.
Mhm.
But if you want to go over to Germany in 2020, us as Americans have to have a passport. And then we have to have something else, putting something else out now. It's like EVIS or something. EVIS. It's a whole new system. So we have to have a passport, and then we have to apply for that, which is another God knows how much money. But it's 21 countries. So them, I think Belgium, if you want to go over there for Oktoberfest, you've got to have this thing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can't just have a freaking passport now?
No.
That sucks balls. Got a passport.
They're gonna it's only gonna be rich people that go over there from now on, or they're going to change that rule after they see how much tourism they lose.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to have to, because, I mean, we're America. Come on.
Telling
Man.
you.
Yeah,
We
they're
spend more money than anybody.
They're gonna be like, "Where's Oktoberfest? We thought it was here."
There were only 30 people showed up this year. Well, it's
Yeah,
because
you
American
guys
college
have to have
kids
some
come over.
Crazy
It's
stupid.
October camp now. There is no
Yeah.
fest. It's just the people who make the beer now.
Yeah,
We're
just-
testing
just
each other's
testing our
beer.
own beer. All right, man. Leprechauns. We gotta talk
What
about
about 'em?
leprechauns. We gotta talk about 'em.
What
All
are
right.
they all about?
right? I'm glad you asked.
Does that have anything to do with this gold on the table?
Oh, you bet. Oh, dude, I don't know. Do you remember ever watching the Leprechaun movies?
Yeah. I remember one in particular, and I don't think it was the Leprechaun. It always stuck with me. It was like the kid went into another room, and then when he came back, these leprechauns had his mom on a table, and she was naked, and she was like getting green stuff smeared all over.
Oh, no. Nope,
Yeah, she was getting eaten.
You were watching porn.
No.
Wait, did
We
it
were
say
there
something
together.
about her boobs?
Yeah.
And there was like jelly boobs?
There was
boob
like
jellies?
green gel all over or whatever, and I think I saw
movie
the
was that?
description of it. It was something about leprechauns, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I think
was the
it
only thing that
happened
ever
whenever
stuck
there
with
was,
me
like-
about leprechauns.
Yeah. And it like happened whenever thunder hit, and then they rode the thunder.
I
You
don't
remember
know if
this?
I did that.
No? I remember what the house
So I
looked
think we're
like.
mixing two movies now.
And then there was a girl with a TV.
That's Poltergeist.
No, I don't remember what you're talking about. I can't remember what that movie was called though, dude. I cannot remember what it was called, but it wasn't
Yeah, it
Leprechaun.
stuck with me. That and I guess the one Leprechaun movie, didn't he bite the toes off dude or
Yeah.
something in one of the Leprechaun movies?
Yeah.
I remember that.
I remember that one too.
So the chick on the table and the dude getting his toes bit off.
I know that
God.
Jennifer Aniston was in the first Leprechaun.
Mhm.
Was she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like her first little
Mhm.
foray.
Yeah.
Just
Leprechaun.
like Kevin Bacon in which it was like Friday the 13th, I think.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
one.
And then Johnny Depp was in the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. Man.
And then Brad Pitt was in Tales from the Crypt.
Was he?
That was his first little
Like in the show?
Yeah.
Or did they do a movie?
the show.
Nice.
Oh, they did movies.
I feel like everybody gets their start in like B movie
Yeah.
horror
Mhm.
kind of.
Which is probably a good stomping ground. Like, skip
That
over
was
prove yourself.
It's better-
Nick Offerman, whatever his name is,
Hofstadler.
played in this movie. Sandra Bullock got like beaten and raped or something, then she became a detective.
I'm interested. Continue.
And so, like, these two high school rich kids or whatever, the ones that did it, Nick, what's his name, Hoffman?
Mhm.
Hoffman, whatever,
Mustache from Parks
Yeah.
and Rec. Yeah.
had the smallest part in it. He's like
It's so funny.
one of the cops that comes up and tells her where the kid is or whatever.
Oh my god.
And as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh! I mean, he's really famous now, but before he played,
movie
and
was
it was just like Cop 1, Nick Hoffman.
What movie was it?
I have no idea. It was a Sandra Bullock movie.
Never half-ass anything.
Yeah.
Whole ass one thing.
I love that shit. Parks and Rec was pretty great. But dude, so here we go. Random facts about leprechauns. I'm just gonna randomly spout them out. Okay. Here we go.
Give them to me.
Where do leprechauns live? Leprechauns can only be found in Ireland, so the people in Mobile.
I
Horribly
didn't know that there were
incorrect.
going to be questions and statements. I
Uh-huh.
thought they were like...
Yes, we're giving you both. I'm gonna throw them both out to you. In rural areas away from the general population, burrow deep in underground caves with entrances hidden as rabbit holes, or found in hollow trunks of fairy trees, they find safety away from humans who seek to capture them and grant them 3 wishes.
Just
I'm
like
sure
genies.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
Do they rub them? Do they have to rub the leprechauns?
That sounds a
All right.
lot like the Keebler elves to me. I
Yeah.
think that there's some cross
Yeah.
mythology going on
yeah,
here.
some
Weird
crossbreeding
happening.
going on there.
I mean, leprechauns have gold, and then the Keebler elves have chocolate, I guess, right?
That's
Yeah.
true.
They both live in trees.
They both
They
live
do.
in trees.
They wear
Mhm.
green, I think.
Yeah.
I think Keebler elves do. Yeah.
What's going on here?
I
I
don't
think
know.
there needs to be a lawsuit.
Yeah, I think
There's
some,
a lawsuit
yeah,
in
there's
order
definitely
here.
some type of trademark infringing.
Maybe there were 2 different islands.
Ah,
And they...
Maybe they were brothers, and they split up. Family argument.
one of them preferred gold.
One
One of them preferred chocolate.
That
One
was
of them
old
was
as time.
drunk all the time, and one of them had diabetes.
Yes, and that's where candy, chocolate gold
Guys.
came from.
Twix.
They got friends again.
Twix. That's exactly
Maybe
where
that's-
Twix came from. The brothers.
Left and right.
Left and right.
Ooh.
I
What was
think
the
that
name
this
of the
goes
leprechaun
deeper than
in
any of us
Leprechaun?
know.
If we get ghosted.
Yeah, they were never seen again. They love music and dance. Leprechaun are well known for their love in Irish music and traditional dance. They often hold sales that can last for days. They are
Like
expert musicians.
50% off sales? Or...
I think so. And that's where the chocolate is manufactured in the cells. They're expert musicians when it comes to playing
What are they not good at?
The
Yeah.
tin whistle, the fiddle,
What's
and
a
the
tin
baron.
whistle?
Even the Irish harp.
Oh man.
Tin whistles.
Ah,
The Irish
That's what
harp.
it is.
the Irish harp.
The Irish harp.
It's magical, I know.
I think he could be an Irish leprechaun.
2%.
2%. Yes.
2% left. 2% left.
So I heard a thing that so as you all know, oh my God, porn again. As you all know, yeah, I'm sure that's like the #1 Googled thing on St. Patrick's Day. But
Leprechaun porn?
probably so. Yeah. 3 wishes. But
That's how you get more than 3 wishes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right
Yeah,
now.
yep, a lifetime of gold.
You ever heard of a golden shower?
Ah,
That's where that came from.
Hey. We were talking about this, and I feel like this goes to St. Patrick's Day since the golden shower, okay? That's where it originated anyways.
St. Patty's Day.
I'm pretty sure.
St.
And-
Patty's Day showers?
Yeah, golden showers. But I always thought, I thought if you're paying someone to have a golden shower,
To give you
I thought
one?
you gave them the golden shower. Like, I thought they let you pee on them if you paid them. And me and you were talking about this.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pay them, they pee on you.
Yeah.
And I never knew that. And I was thinking to myself, dude,
I
if I'm
think
going to pay
though,
someone
the
to
way
let me...
that the guy said it in Germany, it is if you pay them, then you get to pee on them.
Is that so?
That's what the guy said. Yeah.
Either way, though, but here's my way of thinking.
That's weird.
If I
I
am
know.
going to pay someone to pee on them, I'm drinking black coffee.
I mean,
It's going to be a pungent, gross pee, dude.
listen, like,
It's not going to be water. That's for sure. I'm drinking gross.
it has to be golden. If it's
Yeah.
not a golden color,
This
then
one's
why
gonna
are
be
you
brown.
paying or why are you doing it? If it's
It's going to be a brown
if it's
shower, dude.
clear, it's not.
Yeah.
There's no
it's not
reason.
gold. It's not gold.
It's like getting
Yeah.
a Big Mac with no patty.
Apparently, guys, as I'm reading here, it dates back to 1943. So
golden
it's kind
shower
of a new
days?
thing, yeah. Apparently, people weren't doing that back in the
I
you know,
mean,
colonial days.
Or-
let's be honest.
we
They
didn't
might have
know
been.
about
They
it.
just didn't want to talk about it. Yeah.
It's just like everything these days.
Pee
I was
on
actually,
me, Alexander the
I was
Great.
actually my mom and dad mentioned something about how like
It's a shared
How
act.
did we go to mom and dad after pee?
no, I'm talking
They
about
pee
how-
on one another?
No, I'm talking about how
It's a shared act.
back in the day,
Uh-oh.
stuff could have been happening, and you wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the technology to broadcast it.
And they weren't being so vocal about it. Frederick peed on my face the other night.
but
No.
Like you're not
These
finding
days-
tablets of like ancient Greek people peeing on each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, that's true.
But these days, I mean, everything is recorded,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you see everything. So
Yeah.
that's why we know how much everything is fucked up in the world, only
That's
because we can see it all.
Yeah.
Back in
It's all at our
the
fingertips.
70s and 80s, like
It was still
that stuff was
happening.
happening.
Yeah.
You
People
just
were
didn't
people
know
just
about
didn't
it.
know
Yeah.
about it.
And
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Yeah, the world's magical. What up?"
Yeah. Kids
No.
go play in the streets.
No, man. People
No.
are peeing on each other
Yeah.
in their bathrooms.
That man just peed on somebody. Dude, and then
And
like...
they liked it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, dude. And then now, have you seen all the stuff about R. Kelly? With the...
I
with the
mean, how
peeing
many
on-
sex tapes?
We
How
can't
many
talk
sex
about
tapes
golden
they got?
showers without
Yeah,
talking
R.
about
Kelly.
R.
Gotta
Kelly.
bring it up. Everybody's known about that.
killing me, man.
He was irate. He was irate.
Okay, listen. I
The
have
first
always
movie.
thought that R. Kelly was a cool guy.
Yeah,
I
he,
mean,
music-wise. he
Music-wise,
owned.
I mean, I didn't know any. Like going back to what we were saying, you didn't know things growing
didn't
up.
know.
All
Yeah.
you knew was the music
I
videos
believe I can fly.
That
music
was
videos
my
he put
childhood.
Yeah.
and everything else.
I used to get pumped.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Space
I can
Jam?
fly.
Space Jam.
I'm gonna take
When
to
you
my
heard
parents'
that
bedroom
song,
and jump
yeah.
out.
You just.
Yeah.
But yeah, golden showers.
Yeah.
And then Dave Chappelle brought it up. He was the first one to bring that up.
And the thing about it is, that was so long ago. Yeah, that's a good song too, man.
Yeah,
That was
man.
forever ago, and then they're just now running his name through the mud again.
Well,
I feel
you
like
know,
them
I
and
think
the Michael
what was
Jackson
it, the
people
first
got
time
on
we got
board
off, it
together
was
and they
something
were
about
like,
the
let's-
search warrants weren't like it wasn't.
the first time he got off.
They weren't.
Turn the phrase, Nick. Okay? First time he got off sexually, he was peeing
search
upon
warrants
someone.
or something. Wasn't it the search warrants weren't they
thought he
weren't
had a
executed
key
properly,
with
or they weren't?
Here's my thing about that.
But the third video, fool me once, fool
Shame
me
on you.
twice. I might be thinking,
Whoa! So you're telling me? Hold
Fool
on.
me 3 times.
fool me 3 times.
Hold on.
Strike 3,
You're
you're
telling
out.
me that they had a video of him pee-peeing on
Oh no, like a
someone.
14-year-old girl, yeah.
And then they were like, wait, the evidence is inadmissible. And then they were like, fuck it,
I think that's what happened. I think they got dropped
that really
because
what
of
happened?
yeah.
I don't know.
Did
So that was the first
R.
one. And then now there's another one that came out. Is that right? He
It wasn't
recorded
yellow
it
enough.
Again?
It wasn't yellow enough
I
to be
think
considered a
they were
golden
like
shower.
too.
He was
That wasn't pee. That wasn't pee. Come on. You
He's
know
like,
That
ain't-
could have
It was
been
water.
Yeah.
It was coming out. I spilled the water bottle.
I just spilled the water.
But no,
on
like if you get that crazy in an interview, there's something
you probably beat
there's
on
something
somebody.
wrong.
You
like
probably
I
pissed
mean,
on someone in your
I mean,
days.
really, if you're not calm in an interview with a professional like that,
Yeah.
and you stand up and you do that right in
Yeah.
front of them,
Yeah.
you're probably doing something else to other ladies.
I wish he would have been like.
But I
like
mean,
that.
he married Aaliyah back in the day. And
Really?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Aaliyah, she was 16.
Was she dead?
She was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's legal in Kentucky.
and her parents, I guess, signed off.
I
on
was
it.
fixing to say her parents had to.
But then she went through great lengths to get that stuff sealed because she was like, "No, that never happened, man."
Really?
Yeah,
She tried to cover it up?
yeah, she tried to.
Aaliyah.
She's dead.
Oh my God.
She
How
died.
you dead?
Yeah, 1994.
Yeah, I remember her
Maria
from
Sevilla.
Yeah.
Queen of the Damned.
Man, she died before her time.
Well,
dude.
she
be
was
killing
aged
it
at
nowadays.
27, but married at 15 years old
Oh, to R. Kelly?
in Chicago.
Now that's pretty messed up, the
Yeah.
Chicago thing. I thought they were pretty like, no, let's not bang, let's not get married.
You know
She
who else?
lied on the marriage certificate. Said she was 18.
You know who else married young?
Dolly Parton.
Dang it, what was his name? Stranglehold. Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent?
Ted Nugent married an underage chick, but her parents let him adopt her or something. It's really strange.
It sounds weird. Are they still
Yeah.
married?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Who is this?
Ted Nugent.
The Nuge.
The Nuge.
Yeah, he married an underage
Keep
chick.
on rocking.
Dude, we watched
in the
that-
free world.
we watched that,
You and a
the-
strangle home, baby. Go.
Dude, that song is awesome.
Dude,
Straight
it
old
is.
as the shit.
There's a who came out to that in the UFC. Somebody
Recently, yeah.
Somebody
I just
came out
wish-
to that.
I think it was dude. Isn't it an Irish guy? No, he came out to freaking
What was that Bellator guy that came out? His whole crowd was singing that song.
zombie.
Yeah.
Everybody was singing zombie.
And
That
then
was
that
so
got
cool,
lost.
dude.
I was like, how could you lose?
You had
The entire crowd is behind
yeah,
you, man.
literally had everybody on his side.
Speaking of zombie, from Ireland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
The chick?
Yeah.
Cranberries.
Yeah.
Cranberries.
Yeah.
And that's a tragedy.
It was a
was.
She
tragedy,
passed away
man.
recently.
God, she's
Here's
so
to
awesome.
God, I gotta look up her name.
Cyndi Lauper.
No.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
It can't be that much of a travesty.
No, she didn't
Look,
sing.
man,
She
leprechauns
bopped.
are shoemakers by trade. Okay, they are considered the only fairy to have trade.
They were
which
cobblers,
is
so they
that
are
of
cobblers.
shoemaking.
Keeblers
It
and
is
cobblers.
Believed leprechauns dance so much they always are in need of new shoes. Go.
Here's to Dolores O'Riordan,
Dolores, that was her name.
Dolores.
Yeah. Dolores.
who went before her time. Seriously,
No joke, man. She definitely did.
like, there's not that many. I mean,
She had such a good voice, and
in my opinion, there's
Did she
Like,
do
it's
that
fu-
before? It was like the day before she was going to record with the Bad Wolves guys. 'Cause
Yeah,
she was going to
yeah.
throw vocals
she
down
threw. She signed off saying that they could do it,
Yeah.
or something like that.
because she was impressed with their cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was one of the very
Maybe it
few.
brought up things. I don't know, man. Maybe that song
Did
was
she
like
kill
serious
herself,
for her
or did
something.
she?
Yeah.
Oh man, really?
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Damn.
And they don't even cover her killing herself like everybody else.
Mhm.
I mean, dude, so many people killed themselves recently in music. It's horrible, man.
Oh my God, the guy from The Prodigy,
Yeah.
Firestarter?
He's dead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He-
Twisted Firestarter.
Was it
He
an
got-
overdose?
Whenever I found out, they didn't know
It was
yet.
an overdose suicide.
It
I
probably
thought.
was, yeah.
That was another one of those.
He was like 40 something,
Yeah.
barely.
Dude, these people gotta stop killing themselves, man.
But they were ahead of their time too.
Mhm.
I remember hearing that song when I was in high school, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, that was a good song.
Yeah, it's good stuff, dude. It's
Yeah.
good stuff. Ah, man.
Yeah, those guys.
Mhm.
Everybody.
Here's to all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chester Bennington.
Ah,
Oh,
himself.
hurts me.
I still think there's a conspiracy behind that shit.
Yeah, there really could be, dude. Cause like
Him and that other guy,
Chris
right?
Cornell.
Chris Cornell.
They're like real good friends, and I think it was Chris Cornell's wife was talking about how they had uncovered a
Yeah.
child pornography pedophile ring.
A whole bunch of pederasses.
Yeah. Wait, I
See, I
don't
read
think
that was like
I
a
don't think that
conspiracy
Chester would have
thing.
been
No,
diddling
not
children,
not
but
in
I
it.
think he
but
found
he
about
found it,
it.
and
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
gonna expose
Yeah,
it.
I don't
Well,
doubt
I know
that,
that
man.
Chester was. Was he
Depressed,
molested
and he was
or something
molested
like that as a kid?
Yeah, his
I don't know
stepdad
if
or
Chris
his dad.
Cornell was.
I don't know, but I know they were really good friends. But
Because he,
yeah, man,
he
it's
was on
messed up,
he
man.
was out of rehab and he was doing well.
Cornell was?
Chester Bennington.
Yeah.
He was sober and he was doing well according to his wife and everyone around him.
Yeah, everybody said they were doing really
And
good.
like, on top of the fact that his best friend had done that, he was on
yeah.
the up.
And
Because he
the
was
thing
like,
is,
I
it's
don't want
like,
to be like that.
the thing that kind of sucks is like the media can spin it however they want to. You know what I mean? They could be like, oh, because TMZ released a thing saying like there was drugs in his toxicity screen or whatever, and what is that called? I guess the
It's toxicology report.
toxicology
Yeah.
report said that he had a lot of drugs in his system. They leaked that. They weren't supposed to say anything, and his family got really pissed off about it. Like his wife and kids were like, "Why'd you put that out?" And they had to retract the whole statement and stuff. But they already put it out, so everybody was like, "Oh, he's on drugs. And he killed himself, of course." But like, you know what I mean? It's kind of messed up that
Yeah.
the only information that we've got coming from stuff like that is like just what people want to.
The most surprising one that I heard about though was Bobcat Goldthwait. You know him, right? Police Academy. The guy that like screamed.
Yeah.
It's like the bigger guy.
Oh.
Did you ever see Scrooged with Bill Murray?
Yeah.
The guy that shot up the place at the end.
I don't know if I remember.
Bobcat Goldthwait was like really good friends with Robin Williams. They're like best
Yeah,
friends.
I think I heard this.
And he was talking about how everybody had it all wrong. He had some form of dementia.
Yeah.
That the media never spoke about, and it caused him to kill himself.
Yeah.
It wasn't depression, and it wasn't drugs, and it wasn't anything weird. He said that he would like be talking to him sometimes, and he would just like Robin Williams would just be confused like about where he was at, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He said it was just straight dementia. It was a mental disorder that killed him. He wasn't depressed.
Yeah.
It was just.
And he went the straight up way of Kill Bill, that guy. You know.
Robin Williams?
Oh, David Carradine. The way that everyone goes in an episode of Law and Order.
Hell yeah.
Looks like a classic case of autoerotic asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation.
Yeah. Whoops.
How can you tell? Well, he's still got the tie around his neck.
Dude, but you know what
I mean,
heard?
at least you might have died happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's still
dude.
half chub.
Look, did you know? And I
So did
I
Rick
heard
Roth
this
over
is
there.
true.
I mean,
read
this
in
is a
book,
bad
man.
thing, but going in that certain way might not be as
Might not
bad.
be horrible,
Yeah.
dude. Look,
Oh, this is
I
an
read it in
accident.
a book. I read
Ah!
it in a book, dude. I read it in a book. You can literally, they say that like, I can't remember, but it's a really high percentage. It might even be like 50% of dudes.
You know
blow
there
a
has
load
to be.
when you die by hanging. No shit, they
I
blow
heard
a load.
that somewhere
They
too.
blow a load, dude.
It was
They're like
in-
so in public hangings. They were just like
It was in one of those like the neuroscience book or something like that.
they blow
and it was
up.
like so nonchalant when he said it.
I remember this. I was
And
just
I
like,
tried to
that's
look
very
it up,
weird.
but nobody ever talks about it.
Yeah, people just don't talk about blowing.
That's
loads
probably
in
why
public
they
hangings.
stopped hangings.
This is
They were
getting
like-
really odd.
Not
You're the
only
third
is
guy
this
this
guy
week.
dying, but this is getting weird for the kids.
Yeah.
There was a reason
Yeah.
they called them White Mondays.
yeah. Dude, but yeah, so that's
That's
true
fair.
statement.
You know, there has to be a brief moment, like the smallest bit of a moment where they're about to die from that or whatever. Like the Kill Bill guy, he was all like, "I could stop this if I wanted, but I don't want to."
That feels too
He
good.
was like, if I keep going, I'm gonna die. It's worth it. Ah!
I mean, like, I've never
God.
thought about it that way, but that's probably
That
extremely
had to
accurate.
It had to happen.
It was probably like that brief moment where it's like, I'm gonna pass out like this if I don't
You're like,
stop.
I
No,
think-
I'm not gonna stop. I'm not.
Yeah, right.
Why did it like? Oh God!
I mean,
just don't
whoever
get it.
thought of
I don't
doing that,
get it,
though?
dude.
Who was the first
I don't
person
Let's
that was like, all right, hold on. Whoa, let me try this.
Hold
Let me
on
try
now.
this now.
Hold on now. I bet he just like getting choked. And
He
then
had
was,
to
like,
have had an
dying.
accident where he got choked, and he actually...
Where he was like,
Blue alert.
he like tripped and it got caught. Like,
And he's like,
Oh!
oh!
It was like a double take. He went.
And he's like, hold on, wait. a minute.
Wait. Let's.
I gotta recreate.
Let's run
this
that
moment.
back really quick. Yeah.
I gotta recreate.
Honey, do you know where my belt's at? Because
Don't
I'm
come
gonna
in
need
here.
it.
Yeah, don't come in
completely unrelated to what just happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that reminds me. I forgot where I saw this, but it may have came up on my YouTube feed. Have you been getting weird?
I haven't. Yes.
Have you been
I
getting
haven't.
weird stuff on your YouTube feed?
Like people dying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like weird stuff on your
Yeah,
YouTube
I've been getting a lot of weird
Huh.
stuff. People dying and like getting blown up and
Like
shit.
I've been
No,
getting
I haven't
like
been
just
getting
random.
that
Like
weird.
I don't even look up related
I
stuff
don't
to
either.
this.
No.
Like just random weird shit on my YouTube feed.
I saw this. I thought the one that I saw was really quick was like this guy like working on the thing. I thought he was gonna get shot back. It blew him to pieces. There were pieces of this dude falling from the sky.
What were you guys watching?
Just
no,
YouTube,
like,
a
it was
recommended
just on
video on
the
YouTube.
Recommended on the feed.
Yeah, like
when you're just scrolling.
No, I don't get any of that kind of stuff.
dude, shit you not. It
Yeah,
was
it's
like
weird. I've been getting so many. Maybe it's because of the Heck podcast.
It's
Maybe.
gotta be.
Because like I don't know. I've been getting weird stuff on my feed, but there's one, and it was about this guy, and it sounds silly as hell, but he can't stop having orgasms throughout the day.
that is the luckiest dude alive.
I mean,
That would have to be a
I
horrible
watched the
condition,
video
though.
because I was like, "This is what
He
is
can't
this?"
real?
stop. He can't stop.
And it was like,
What is he doing at the grocery store? He's just like.
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
it was
God.
like 300 something orgasms a day.
Dude, but
I
here's
And
couldn't
he
do
would
it.
like fall to his knees,
I would
and
be
he would
good.
be like beating the ground, cause it would be like the
Can you
50th
imagine?
one, the 50th one he's had that day, and he's just like,
Please stop.
like it was awful. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that was a real thing.
The mind is willing, but the flesh is weak and small.
Oh my god.
Because he was doing the interview and he was like, people think that it would be awesome, but he
No.
was like, it's
Yeah.
not.
After about the third
He's
one,
like,
I'd be
it's
like,
not.
alright guys, listen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that
He
guy's
would-
probably
he would be
getting
like laying on the
disability, right?
ground.
What was happening?
I
Is
can't-
he like beating it or is it just happening?
No, it's just happening.
Oh.
Dude,
It
that
just
guy
happens to him.
is just.
It was the worst thing. Like, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. As funny as it sounds,
That would be
it
so
was
brutal.
terrible.
May you have infinite orgasms for the rest of your life.
Yeah, they will, and then you're
It's
gone.
like God's like, all right, I'm gonna bless this
Yeah.
guy.
Is he on disability?
I can't remember.
I couldn't imagine him holding down.
I
a
don't
9 to
think he
5.
was. I don't think he was. He couldn't. There's something.
I couldn't hold down a job like that.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine trying to like get his order at McDonald's or him trying to take your order at McDonald's? I'd like fries.
You
Yeah.
want-
Yeah.
Fries!
Fries!
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, no, I don't know. How
I
that
felt
would
so
work, man.
bad for that guy.
Poor guy. Well, the first part of his day is probably okay.
Yeah, when you wake up,
Yeah.
and you're, just
Like,
like,
ah!
you're like, man,
See,
today's
well,
gonna be an
Does it
awesome.
stop when he's sleeping though?
I don't know.
Because if it doesn't stop when he's sleeping, that's probably a horrible way to wake up. Because you're all wet.
Yeah.
You got to be wearing diapers when you sleep.
I mean, he's got to weigh like maybe 80 pounds.
I'm taking a
because
shower,
He's
I
just, it's
It's
gone.
one- Once it goes
Hopefully,
in,
yeah. I
it's
mean,
gone.
maybe there's like nothing in there, so he's just like shooting
It's
just
just dry
basically
heaving.
powder or
It's
something.
just
out of
dry
it.
heaving the whole time.
Yeah, do you know how bad dry heaving hurts?
Ugh.
Imagine.
The whole time.
That's awful.
Jesus.
That's like
Dude.
freaking.
Yeah,
do
they
you-
were about to run out of tape.
Are we?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
no.
Has
so.
it already been that?
On this one over here.
Dang. I mean, I guess it is 8.
Do you remember the movie Wishmaster?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like
everything
some guy
that
was
you
like, I want to just have constant pleasure
All
yeah.
the time.
all
Till
the
I
time.
die.
And Wishmaster's like, all right.
You
Wish
got it.
granted. And then he falls down the stairs and dies.
Yeah.
Then he's in the coma doing it.
Like just screams
Yeah.
forever.
That'd be horrible, man.
Yeah.
That was like on 1,000 Ways to Die, that guy that couldn't sleep
I don't
and
remember
eventually
that.
went crazy and died. Because after a while, like if you don't sleep for like, I can't remember how long
You start.
it was.
I think you start seeing things.
Yeah, they tried to give him shots to make him go to sleep, but his body wouldn't go to sleep.
Oh my
So
god.
he just
Not
basically
today,
stayed awake till he
man.
died. I can't
That's
remember.
like them trying to put you out.
Yeah.
You're just like, no, I'm not ready.
No.
I'm not going.
No.
I'm not going.
Just breathe.
Oh god.
Those nurses must have been scared to death. I know I was.
That's great.
I grabbed that one by the arm. I can't remember. I don't know who it was because I was just trying to grab people. You know, they were all touching me. I was like,
What happened?
huh? Because the anesthesiology guy, like, he came in, fucking
He
hit
didn't
me with
tell
that
him.
shit
Yeah,
and
he
tell me
didn't
about
tell
it.
you
So I'm
about it. Oh,
blacking
God.
out, thinking something's wrong with me. I'm having
Yeah.
an aneurysm or something. And these people are about to stick my hernia back in.
It makes me wonder how often that happens in the
Oh
hospital.
my
I mean,
God.
the guy was really, it seems like, really nonchalant about, like, just stabbing you with it, not telling
Well,
you
it's
what's
because the
going on.
anesthesiology guy came in and talked to me, and then another person came in that wasn't the anesthesiologist.
Gave it to you?
Yeah. And I thought, oh, who's this guy? He's just gonna wheel me back there. All right, cool. Huh?
He's just
Oh,
like,
I'm black.
Ah,
he has the thing over here. He's just like,
yeah. Yeah, nothing going on here.
Yeah,
Walks
nothing
away.
going on.
No.
Are we harvesting organs? What's happening?
Dude, I don't. That.
that's
how-
like the opposite of how my colonoscopy went.
Yeah.
Really? What
Yeah.
happened there?
Like, I mean, it took him forever to wheel me to the bag, but like, I talked to the anesthesiologist. He was this crazy Australian guy,
Yeah.
and then wheeled me to the back. And the nurse was talking to me. She's like, "All right, I'm gonna put this in now." And I was like, and she was like asking me questions, and I was just like. And then I woke up like 2 seconds later, and the lady was asking me stuff about. She was like, "Are you thirsty? Do you want something to drink?" I was like, "Can I have some Coke?"
Can I have some Coke?
And she was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Can you put some Jack in it?"
Nice. Man, they need to do like just a show that has just all the funny stuff that people do during anesthesiology. Just meetings. I don't know how to phrase that, but anesthesia.
I know that I woke up in the middle of that though.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm pretty
I'm glad I didn't wake up during the middle of my colonoscopy.
Yeah. What are you doing? What
freaking throat was sore. I guess I had a tube in there, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
coughed and woke up. I was like, ha ha ha! And then they're like, just breathe, just
They
breathe.
just
I was like,
stabbing
okay.
Just breathe. Just breathe.
Oh. Dude, I don't know. Like the only time, like the only funny thing I've got with that was like I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, and like the doctor, which might have been a leprechaun because he was a small dude with a pointy nose and pointy ears. Let's just get that out of the way. Might have been a leprechaun. But I remember they put the gas on my thing or whatever, and he was like, just count down from 10, and he was doing this over my face, and I was like, what is he doing with his hands? He's like, 9, 8, and then I was like,
This whole time,
Yeah.
I picture him being dressed just like that, like with the headband, and
just
he might have been a
count back from
leprechaun.
10. And
Count
then,
back from 10.
so that was happening over my face, and I was like, this guy's gonna. And then I was out. And then I woke up, and apparently it was just like 2 or 3 minutes later, and my mom was in the room, and she was gonna get me a jacket. I was like 16, so she was gonna buy me a jacket or whatever, and she was like, I was like, Mom, did you get me the jacket? And she was like, no, you just started. And I was like, ah. I started crying and then passed back out, but I was like bawling, like sobbing, couldn't breathe, and then went to sleep.
I don't think I've ever done. I mean, like,
I hear about a lot of people crying.
because I got
now.
like, when my
Maybe they're
lip
just
got
trying to make me
busted,
feel good.
they tried to put me to sleep, and I was like, 7 then. And I was just fighting it the whole time. My eyes were open like this, and they were doing stitches in my lip, you know, and I like wouldn't go to sleep. The lady was like, "You just close your eyes." I was like,
I'm watching.
I don't
I'm
trust
watching
it.
you.
Watching everything you're doing.
I've got to see it. I gotta see what you guys are doing.
But alright guys, look, last cheers of the night, and I'm gonna give you guys this. Here's to dancing with bow-legged women.